Good chance of thunderstorms early tonight, 85 degrees at 7 p.m. May start Saturday with the shower, but it'll be cooler and less humid. Temperature around 72. KARK 4 News at 6 starts right now.
Now, from the station you count on for local news that matters, this is KARK 4 News at 6.
Marriage equality, the law of the land tonight. This is the Supreme Court makes same-sex marriage legal in all 50 states. Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Ashley Katz. Bob has the evening off. History being made across the nation when it comes to same-sex marriage. And looking at the history of marriage equality in Arkansas, the same-sex marriage ban was ruled unconstitutional, you may remember, back on May 9th, 2014 by Pulaski County Judge Chris Piazza. A week later, the Supreme Court, the state Supreme Court, issued a stay on Piazza's ruling. However, before that stay, hundreds of couples rushed to get married. We have a team covering this story in Central Arkansas and Analysis in studio featuring Josh Berry, Hillary Hunt, Drew Petrimo, and Marcy Manley. But first tonight, some same-sex couples across the state already getting their chance to make things official in the eyes of the court. KARK's Josh Berry was there. He joins us now from the Pulaski County Courthouse tonight. And Josh, Judge Piazza officiated his first ever same-sex marriage today.
Yeah, Ashley, despite actually paving a way for all those hundreds of people last year, he's never actually married a same-sex couple until today. Now, of course, there was a sense of validity in the courthouse today among he and the county clerk for what they say doing the right thing and providing the right ruling to have it made law across the country today and once again be able to provide marriage licenses for everyone. Now, witnessed only by court employees and a swarm of media cameras, there were no immediate cheers or celebration for the first same-sex marriage in Pulaski County today, but there was an embrace after decades of waiting for Ernie and Tony. While there, a crowd of support out front of the courthouse, along with a mix of emotions across the country, the judge who signed off on this marriage this morning says our community will hopefully heal, and over time, people will accept this.
And I think also it's not going to be after the initial explosion of excitement and emotion. I think that people will settle down and they'll live and let live.
He handed his opinion down over a year ago, getting that ball rolling for equal rights for same-sex couples before the state Supreme Court put a stay on that ruling. Now today, the Pulaski County Clerk's Office provided a total of about 33 marriage licenses, 22 of them to bride and grooms, the rest to same-sex couples. We will continue, of course, to follow the updates here in Pulaski County until we are live in Little Rock. Josh Berry, KARK 4 News.
Josh, thanks. Still many questions remain tonight after the Supreme Court ruling this morning. Will same-sex couples be allowed to say I do at the altar of their choice, or will it be just at the courthouse? That's one of the questions we're looking into tonight. KARK 4's Hillary Hunt live from Christ Episcopal Church in downtown with more on this. Hillary?
Well, Ashley, they tell me here at Christ Episcopal Church that they have and always will allow couples of any type and people of any type to come into their church and worship. They've even gone as far as blessing same-sex couples. Now, we reached out to other churches who some say they're still trying to digest that ruling from this morning. Others saying they have no comment.
I feel like it's what the church ought to be doing in the way that I read the scriptures.
At the Christ Episcopal Church in downtown Little Rock, Kate Alexander says you'll always see open doors and this sign saying all are welcome.
We here are privileged to do same-sex blessings. So in that sense, we've been a little bit ahead of the legal curve.
For Alexander, that means her church will be reviewing whether it turns those blessings into same-sex weddings.
I think the church has been moving in this direction for some time.
I agree with that to a certain extent.
Randy Hyde, pastor at Pulaski Heights Baptist, says he'll remain on the fence until his members weigh in.
It doesn't necessarily mean that we will be taking any official action anytime soon, because this is something that we'll have to talk about as a congregation and make our own determination as to what is the right thing for us to do and how to go about it.
Some churches telling us no comment and others releasing statements. According to the First United Methodist Church in downtown, it says in part, We rejoice in today's Supreme Court ruling as it reflects our beliefs that God, our Creator, desires for all to love and be loved.
Beyond marriage as between a man and a woman.
Alexander hopes her church will continue to be a leader during this time of change.
I'm proud to be in a church that will bless a same-sex union. To me, that feels like the right thing to do. It feels authentic to the gospel.
Now, Alexander with Christ Episcopal went on to tell me that no marriages can take place just yet until their General Assembly makes a decision, and that meeting normally happens every 3 years. Luckily for the Episcopalians, they're having that meeting in Salt Lake City, Utah this coming week. So she said they're hoping to have some clarification in that gray area. Live from church downtown, I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, Hillary, at this point, we know some counties are issuing marriage licenses, but there are 75 clerks across the state. Marcy Manley joins us now. Marcy, you've called all of them.
That's right, Ashley. At this point, you can see there are 47 green counties, and that means they have already or are prepared to issue the licenses. As far as those updating, 10 are updating their software and say that they're prepared to do those licenses once they have that. 10, those are the red counties, and they're saying, no, they're not issuing the licenses and didn't know when or if they would issue them. And then another 8 simply didn't answer our phone calls when we put those in. Representative David Meeks, I want to show you a Twitter message that he put out there citing a new law that would protect county clerks who don't approve of same-sex marriage. The act prevents a clerk from having to sign his or her name to the license so they don't have to endorse the union.
Under that law, they're going to be valid without a signature. What it does is it gives the county clerk the option of putting their signature on there or not for any licenses.
And even without the signature, as long as it has the seal, it's valid. According to the association, all counties must follow the Supreme Court's decision. Now, if a same-sex couple comes in and is refused a license, the line's saying they should contact the county attorney. He also added that refusal to issue those licenses could open up the county to lawsuits. Ashley, back to you.
All right, Marcy, thanks for that clarification there. The Supreme Court's decision, of course, getting a lot of political reaction here in the state capitol. For more on that, KARK's Drew Petrimo joins us now live. Drew?
Well, actually, state Republicans are united in opposition to what the Supreme Court did. For Democrats, though, it's a little more complicated, with the issue causing somewhat of a split in the state party.
Some of our elder statesmen and stateswomen in our caucus, they may have a belief based off of traditional religious beliefs that says this shouldn't be.
House Minority Leader, you heard him there, Eddie Armstrong, talking about the divide within his Democratic caucus. Some members have hailed the decision, while others have kept quiet, deciding not to wade into the fray. On the Republican side, State Senator Jason Rapert did not mince words over his feelings on the Supreme Court's decision. While Rapert says he recognizes the court's authority, he hinted at resistance coming from those who oppose it.
It imposes upon the ability of a man to stand in his pulpit or a woman to stand in the pulpit of their church and preach the gospel.
Now, I asked Rapert what the next step was for those who think like him, and he said starting to talk about convening the states, trying to amend the U.S. Constitution to outlaw same-sex marriage. Reporting live at the Capitol, I'm Drew Petrimo.
Thanks, Drew. And still to come, we have our political roundtable with Republican consultant Bill Vickery and Democratic State Representative Eddie Armstrong. They're both in the studio tonight. We'll discuss what this ruling means for the state next.
And we are live at Dickey Stephens Ballpark. I'm with my friends Everett and Sybil Davenport. We're hoping the rain holds off. I don't know. It was a hot one across Arkansas today in Little Rock, up to 94, but a cold front causing thunderstorms north and west of town will cool us off. We'll let you know how much of a cool down we can expect and check the radar in just a couple minutes.
From the station that brings you local news that matters, this is KARK 4 News at 6 in high definition. With Bob Clausen, Ashley Katz, Chief Meteorologist Keith Monahan, and Aaron Peters with your Razorback Nation report.